We don't have an intro to this podcast. Maybe we'll have one later.
And we are back.
We're back.
Welcome to the Film Crew podcast.
Yes. After all, because my name's Quan,
And I am Gasper.
and if you don't know who we are, we talk about films and movies and things like that. Thought I should announce it now, but that's okay. What are we talking about today?
We were talking about a movie
Yeah.
from 1968,
Ah,
Night of the Living Dead.
nice.
But
Okay.
first, just a quick update for all you movie fans. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Another one.
Part 3 of the Conjuring series and the sixth film in the Conjuring universe.
Wow,
I think
that's a lot of movies. They made
that is a lot of
six.
movies. It is released in theaters. Was released in theaters Friday, so you can go watch it.
Nice.
Or if you want to stay at home and
Not go
watch
to the
it,
movie
you
theaters.
have the choice of watching it on HBO Max. HBO. I think they're winning on streaming right now, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. So we'll
Another
just.
a
Uh,
little side note. Netflix actually canceled their newest one of their new shows, Jupiter's Legacy. I don't even know if
okay.
you heard of it.
I have not.
One season in and it's canceled, but there's a spin-off already in the works. I haven't seen that show. I seen a scene. It looked pretty cool. It's about
Interesting.
superheroes. I don't know.
Is it one of those things
But yeah.
where? Is it one of those things where they just cancel it in America, but if you have a VPN, you can watch it in another IP of another country?
I mean, I think you can I mean, season 1 is still up right
Okay.
now. It's just it was meant to be a multi-season series, and it just got canceled not too long ago. But
Nice.
I don't know.
So
But
instead
yeah,
of
Conjuring,
yeah, instead of
Conjuring. Go ahead, go ahead.
instead of
Sorry.
yeah, because I was gonna say instead of continuing off like they planned, they decided to cancel it and do a spin-off instead. I wonder
Yeah,
why.
I don't know. It got a lot of hype, but I think a lot of people that didn't like it was you know, expecting it to be some Marvel or DC type series,
Oh,
which
okay.
it isn't. So I don't know. But yeah, Conjuring 3, go ahead and watch it. Let us know what you think. Probably gonna watch it tomorrow, so we'll see. You got any news for us,
I'm just
Quan?
I'm just thinking about because they have Conjuring 1, 2, and 3. They have Annabelle, Nun, but instead of calling it like 6, which I think Conjuring, this would be the sixth Conjuring movie, they decided to not even number. That's a big problem I see. It's like, how am I gonna watch it in chronological order if they're gonna call it like Conjuring and then Conjuring this and then Annabelle and then Conjuring something else and then the Nun and
Yeah. Which there's always YouTube for that.
that's true.
Maybe we should get into doing that stuff. Star Wars, Conjuring, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
There's a lot of sagas out there that needs explaining.
yeah.
But anyways, if you
Okay,
don't got anything else,
I do have one announcement, and I've been talking about it the last couple of podcasts. If you're watching this on YouTube, the bottom left corner of my screen it says Quan is gaming. That's because I've started a gaming channel. Um, if you're watching this on Spotify, it's Quan is gaming on YouTube. That's the only announcement I have. It's something I just point out. But
really good channel. If you
Thank
guys
you.
haven't seen it, check it out. I enjoy it.
You know what?
Really good editing. The humor's there,
The
and I mean it's gaming, so I'm
yeah.
into gaming. So if you are, check it out.
I shit on Hollywood for not numbering their videos or their movies, and I did the same exact thing. Because I did like two Evil Genius 2 videos and I didn't even number it, and I was like, okay, I need to number it or else I'm gonna be a hypocrite. So now they're numbered, and yeah. But that's all I have. That's it for me.
All right. So now moving on to our main topic,
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead, directed by George A. Romero, released in 1968.
Yes, and
So,
we watched it
oh,
in a
let
friend's
me
channel. Oh, yeah. Or
let me give you guys a little synopsis about it, so you guys know what we're talking about. Then Kwan's gonna go ahead and talk about the movie experience that
okay.
we encountered
Okay.
with for this film, and then we'll give our review on it.
Yeah.
So once again, this is from IMDb. This is not the official synopsis. I realize that there's like 8 synopsises. I think that's the plural form of synopsis.
Synopsi,
Uh,
maybe. I don't know.
so it seems like it's users that sign up for IMDb and get their account and everything.
Yeah.
This was written by Mark Logan, and it's probably the shortest one and straight to the point. So here we go. Night of the Living Dead. The dead come back to life and eat the living in this low budget black and white film. Several people barricade themselves inside a rural house in an attempt to survive the night. Outside are hordes of relentless, shambling zombies who can only be killed by a blow to the head.
And that's it.
And that's
Simple.
it.
All right. Now we watched
Simple
this.
film.
Yeah, we watched
Go
this
ahead.
in a friend's house, Alex Heston, who hosted. Um, and it's one of those things where I like when I watch a movie with people in another, like, not in the movie theaters, just because if you talk during the movie theaters, you're kind of like a piece of shit. But
Yeah.
it's okay when you're at a friend's house because you can still talk about it, and like if people already seen it, they're probably gonna like to talk about it too. So that was
Oh
great. That
yeah,
was
for
fun.
sure.
Um, but yeah, Night of the Living Dead is here's the thing. It's one of the it's one of the first zombie movies, right? Not
Yeah, definitely,
technically,
definitely one of the first.
because
I think it might be the first. This movie is the foundation of a
modern,
zombie movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because you were talking about there was technically another zombie movie back in 1920
yeah.
or something like that.
So, right. So really quick, I might have gotten my years wrong. I don't know if it's 1928 or 1932, but it stars Bela Lugosi
Yeah,
and it's titled White Zombie. And it's not really a zombie movie. It's just the fact that Bela Lugosi's character can hypnotize
right.
other people and make them zombie-like,
Oh,
which
okay.
is it ends up becoming like a voodoo type zombies. And yeah, so we don't really get um the word zombies until who knows how long
Yeah,
after that point. And even in this movie,
they don't call them
which
zombies.
is what, 30 years, yeah, they're not even called zombies. They're called the dead has risen.
Yeah,
That's really the only time you hear it. Or they call them were they ghouls? Were they calling them ghouls? I forgot what the term was that the townspeople were calling them.
I just remembered them calling it the dead. So
Okay. Yeah, I want to say they gave them a term, which is like for example, like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead never had to encounter zombies in any of the fictional history,
Yeah.
so they called them
Walkers.
walkers. So it's like that type of thing. If you want to compare it to something where this is like the first time someone encounters zombies, because director George A. Romero went ahead and made three more films after
Yeah.
this. What is it? Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if he even calls them zombies at that point in any of those films.
Right.
So I think it's a director's choice making it so that the word zombie isn't really a a word really in the in this world, in this
Right.
fictional world,
Um.
which I like.
Yeah. Yeah. I think not to mention this is the so we got the fact that this is the very first zombie movie, and it has all the tropes that you typically see in later zombie movies. Um, I think this is one of the like, well, it's I was gonna say it's the earliest like thing, but it's not really. These zombies aren't what you expect in modern zombie movies. They use tools. They think they're not strong. But they're not exactly weak either.
Right.
So basically, the best way I can sum up these zombies is the alpha from Army of the Dead, but not at the same time, not really, because
Yeah.
the alphas are a little bit smarter. Um,
Uh, one thing I want to point out too is this is like at the start of the zombie
yeah,
apocalypse. So I don't know if it's a like I said, there's no history before this point about zombies.
yeah,
So it makes sense that this is kind of like an experimental film.
yeah,
But I want to I don't know if it's a director's choice. I want to kind of take it as, since it's the start of the zombie apocalypse, the brain is still kind of working
yeah,
somewhat when it comes to like the infected, not the
yeah,
undead, but the infected from the zombies. So that's why they were using, tools, rocks. They're able
right,
to, figure out how to get into houses still. And I think as the zombie apocalypse were to go more um into the future, I think that's when the brain starts to deplete itself, and that's when you start getting the zombies that are walking in hordes, you know, not really like being able to use their brain
yeah,
really. So I want to take it as that. I don't know if that's the right way
right,
to think about it, but I mean that's my opinion on
yeah,
why we were able to see them kind of be almost human like.
right. Uh, I always just thought that this was just obviously this is the first zombie movie. It's just like one of the takes of what a zombie is.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like evolved and transformed into like the horde zombies and things like that.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't really have too many opinions on the zombies themselves. It's just different to what we think of zombies as.
Yeah.
Crazy cool imagery and like, cause
You
I
you
ended up
actually
like,
pointed out a lot.
yeah,
I the first one that you pointed out I didn't recognize right away, but I definitely saw the second one
yeah,
with the little music box
yeah,
with her looking into it. I saw that one and I was like, "Oh, I'm glad someone else pointed that out."
yeah. Uh, cause what we have, the first thing I brought up was the heads, right? The taxidermied heads, and I was like, oh
Yes.
shit,
Yes.
what does just looking at the head symbolize? And I was like, oh, hey, and I'm pretty sure annoyed people because I kept talking about subtext and imagery on it. But the music box is really interesting because because from what I see, like the zombies are technically speaking like not even the main focus of the movie. It's just something that drives the catalyst of what the main plot is, which is
Right.
the people trapped inside a house like fighting each other.
Yeah.
Like
Which, I mean, they kind of like flip flop with each
yeah,
other if you think about it, because like it is called Night of the Living Dead, so I mean, it's gonna be about the living dead,
yeah,
and yeah, I mean, you get a really strong focus on the characters and like who could be like pretty much the top dog within
yeah,
the the group. Um, and I know I'm gonna talk about The Walking Dead a lot
yeah.
when it comes to zombie movies, just because I want to say that's like really the biggest zombie like pop culture
Right,
that everyone knows about. So I think Robert Kirkman, creator of the Walking Dead comic books, he clarified the title The Walking Dead,
right,
um which was actually not about the undead but actually the survivors, because they're the Walking Dead, because
right,
really no one survives. So when I look at this title, it also kind of makes sense that you can both groups can be the living dead.
right, right, right.
They, because spoiler alert, I mean this movie's what, 50 years old now?
Yeah. Just spoiled the entire thing.
Everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
All the people in the group of survivors that we encounter die.
Yeah,
And it makes sense that they're the living dead,
yeah.
just like the Walking Dead. You know, they're pretty much just walking
Around.
to from town or from sanctuary to sanctuary, and you know they just end up dying off.
Right.
This one also, like the living dead, they're, you know, they're living, but eventually they're gonna die just
Yeah.
because no one has encountered a zombies, pretty much.
Yeah. Should we talk about the ironic deaths in the film? Because we just kind of
Uh,
spoiled everything. They all die. So
yeah. Just one more thing when it comes to you know, little like callbacks to films. I think I brought it up about in our Army of the Dead episode where
yeah,
it was like some extraterrestrial
yeah.
being that created the zombies, and in this movie they kind of talk about how one of the spaceships was
Oh, the
coming in,
satellite
and yeah, oh there you go, the satellite, and it dropped something, and you know it could have
radiation.
been the cause of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the radiation, but just a nice little callback that it, I don't know, like it comes from space. I don't know.
I think that's
But
the main plot of the main reason The Walking Dead was the thing was because it's a spore from outer space that turned people
right,
into walkers or like get gave them the virus or something like that. Um, I like how
which, oh, you just reminded me really quick. In The Walking Dead, everyone pretty much has the virus.
yeah
So as soon as you die, you
turn
become, you turn. Yeah. In this one, they actually explain it. They say, yeah, everyone who dies just comes back to life
yeah
as a zombie. That was pretty cool. I was like, oh damn, that's, I'm pretty sure that's where they got it from,
yeah
where The Walking Dead got their that
inspiration.
idea from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to talk about? The fucking deaths, right?
Yeah.
Very ironic,
So in
like fitting deaths in my opinion, because
so
every
if we go in order really quick, the
also
character of
spoiler alert.
Johnny.
Also
Yeah,
spoiler
major
alert.
spoiler alert. The character of Johnny is the first to go. And
Johnny and
yeah,
his
I kind of I kind of see his death being like foretold.
Yeah,
It's like messing around with Barbara, saying that
yeah,
the zombie's coming to get you and stuff like that,
yeah,
and he's actually the one that gets caught.
yeah,
Um, I mean, I've seen this film now for 3 times, but it's such a memorable movie that you don't have to watch it a lot to
yeah,
remember a lot of the scenes. Um, yeah, so I can see the irony in the deaths
yeah,
really with Johnny for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, go ahead.
What do we have? Because
On the next death.
We had Johnny, and then we had I think it was the couple that dies next. The
Yes, in the
in the
in the
truck.
truck explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fitting because they were going to swim in the lake in that same truck. That's like the main reason why they were out. So it's kind of like a
Hmm.
fitting death. After the couple, was it the mom that dies next, or was it the dad?
At that point, oh, I think the next death is Barbara because she helps the mom
Oh yeah, Barbara.
escape because
Yeah,
they're at this point, everything's pretty much going to shit.
yeah,
Their only way of transportation is blown up. The zombies are now entering the house, and Barbara, majority of the movie, she's kind of a throwaway character
not really. It's kind of
because she
fitting.
just doesn't really. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have that character in a way
Yeah,
like that has seen it, but at the same time, she wasn't contributing to the group
yeah,
because she was just in shock.
yeah.
Um,
It's a fitting death because I think the only lines, in fact, yeah, the only lines she had was about her brother Johnny, and she,
yes.
in the end, kind of did contribute by not just sitting around because she was sitting around talking about Johnny for the entire movie, and then she gets up to help the
Hmm.
mom, and then she ends up dying because she helped her, and killed by Johnny,
Yeah.
the zombie at that point. Um,
um, I thought that was pretty cool that, it can it continues the story where about like, if you die because we saw him die
yeah,
by hitting his head onto a tombstone, but we didn't see him get eaten, we didn't see him get bitten or anything.
yeah,
So the little like that's where it says like, they're coming back to life as soon as you die
yeah.
was pretty cool to see a character that, most likely could have been forgotten
Right. Yeah, yeah.
at that point in the film to come back and actually, you know, kill Barbara.
Yeah.
Uh, and then yeah, so then we move down to the cellar at that point, which is one of the main focuses in the film
It's literally
where
just whether that's safe or not.
they're arguing about whether they should move to the cellar or if they should stay on top.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Harry for the Coopers,
Yeah.
for Mr. and Mrs. Cooper, they actually meet their demise in the cellar,
Yeah.
which goes to show that it wasn't as safe as they thought it was.
Yeah. And Mrs. Cooper dies by her daughter who turns, which is also interesting cuz she didn't eat, the daughter Cooper didn't eat her or anything. She did the multiple the stabby stab.
Which kind of threw me off. Like I said, my whole theory about the brain still working.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just weird that they made the daughter kill her and not,
Eat her.
you know, eat her in any way, or like just even a bite. Um, I mean, Do you have a theory why they would go that route on why on killing someone opposed to, you know, being um having to eat humans to survive?
I think we're going too far into modern zombies. A modern zombie, it's like a
Mm,
virus or something like that, and then the zombie decays. I feel like in this version, because it is radiation, maybe they don't decay as quick, or maybe it's not a zombie in the typical sense of the living dead. Um, so I think it's one of those things where maybe their brain isn't decaying or cooking or anything like that. It's just they just transform into something else.
a killing machine
Yeah,
that just a killing cannibalistic machine.
yeah.
Okay. But then when it comes to Harry Cooper, doesn't she bite him or eat him
I think
or start to eat him?
didn't Harry, oh yeah, because Harry Cooper got shot and then he went into the cellar, which again
Yes.
ironic because Harry Cooper was the one who said the cellar is the safest place.
Yeah.
Um, I don't remember if she ate him or not because I do remember she was on the ground for a long time.
He
Uh,
might have actually no, you know what? I think he did the main character, which is Ben,
yeah,
played by Dwayne Jones. I think he did shoot Mr. Cooper twice and killing him and or he bled out and
yeah,
then he shot him again so to kill the reanimated it
Cooper,
was. Yeah.
Daddy Cooper. But I don't know. Uh, and then
Yeah,
I think it's one of those things where yeah we this is the very first zombie movie. We should treat it as its own like because there's no
mhm.
template. What do we see just from this movie alone and not from other movies?
Right.
And
And then we got the final death with Ben.
yeah, I guess in the end, at the end of the day, this isn't a happy ending movie.
Yeah,
Ben
definitely not.
Ben doesn't die in the cellar. The Ben lives through the zombie attacks by staying in the cellar, which he fucking hated because he said it wasn't the safest place. And then comes out and goes to the house where he says it is the safest place and gets shot because people thought
Yeah.
he was dead. That's fucked up.
Mhm.
That's straight up fucked up. That was sad.
Yeah, it was pretty wild ending. Um yeah. I just really like how you pointed out the irony in all the deaths.
But at the end of the day, it's a sad movie.
It is a sad
It's
movie. If you think about it, I mean, I just like comparing films,
yeah,
but like just like Army of the Dead isn't a happy ending either.
yeah,
And same thing as the 2004 Dawn of the Dead.
yeah.
It's not a happy ending as well. Zombie movies, I mean, really shouldn't be
Happy
happy
endings.
endings
Yeah.
unless it's like Resident Evil where there is a way to stop everything.
Or Shaun of the Dead, which is a comedy, so it doesn't really count.
And then Shaun of the Dead isn't like 100% happy ending. It's just a funny ending.
Yeah.
I mean the main character's best friend, still
Yes, yeah.
dies.
But also not really.
um
Um I did how much of the 2004 Dawn of the Dead is inspired by this first movie?
well, you did point out that the news broadcast was pretty much almost word for word
Yeah.
when it came down to explaining how
Kill.
to destroy, yeah, kill these zombies. He killed the zombies.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you?
The
uh,
news broadcast isn't seen in the actual movie. It's like the special, like behind the scenes, like extra footage, where it's
yeah.
nothing but news footage.
Hmm.
That's something.
Um, what's crazy is that the actor that I pointed out in that, because we did see that deleted scene
Yeah.
or scenes. The actor in that is Tom Savini,
Yeah.
famous makeup artist, starting from maybe Friday the 13th, Part One,
Yeah.
to and it's done it almost every a lot of makeup for a lot of movies.
Since.
He actually remade Night of the Living Dead in the
Right.
90s
Oh,
with
really?
the same title.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of it's a really good like kind of like full circle type thing. Because he also stars in Dawn of the Dead, which is George A. Romero's second zombie
Yeah.
movie. So it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie, but it's almost
Yeah.
the same as this one. So um yeah, I think movie really inspired a new, almost you could say a whole genre
Yeah.
of film. You can almost consider the zombies to be its own genre. I mean, it is a subgenre of horror, but it almost can be its own
Its own
genre
thing.
in
Yeah.
itself. Which I think I did ask on our Instagram. I
Oh.
think like late last night if people enjoy zombie movies, and we got 7 votes, and all of them said yes.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, this is our third episode in a row
Uh,
to talk about movies that are
zombie
titled
related.
"Of the Dead"
Stay
and that are
tuned.
zombie
We're
related.
gonna only do of the dead movies now.
um, but yeah, I mean, I think no matter who you are, you can enjoy a zombie movie.
Yeah.
It has a lot of components that everyone kind of is familiar with and
Yeah.
enjoys. Um,
You want to give this a rating?
my personal rating for Night of the Living Dead 1968 is a solid 8 out of 10.
That's doable. That makes sense. Eight,
How
eight,
about you?
8 of the 10 sounds about right. I do
Yeah, go ahead.
because I was talking about like someone said like it was like kind of slow in a way compared to modern zombies, which I get.
Mhm.
But this is also, as I said, like a trillion times the first zombie movie, so it's like a skeleton of what's to come.
Right. Um yeah, a solid 8. I mean, it has a good story. Uh, the acting could be over the top at times,
Yeah,
but it still works, especially for, pre-70s.
yeah,
Uh, the special effects are cool. Um, the movie kind of doesn't really go anywhere, which is like until the ending, where we find out like that there is a community that's
yeah,
moving throughout the the state of Pennsylvania to get rid of these undead. But yeah, throughout the film it just mainly focuses in this house. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a low budget movie,
yeah,
especially because no one has how do you go to how do you go to a major production and say, let's make a movie about undead, or the dead coming to life and eating people
yeah.
and killing people? George A. Romero did it, and look at the success. I think it's a solid film.
Yeah.
There's just little bits here and there that kind of cringy,
Right.
or but overall, I mean, yeah. Other than the slow pace, which you can't really give too much negative comments on,
Yeah.
it's a solid film in my book.
All right. Well. Anyways, I think we're done with talking about Night of the Living Dead. I yeah. Quick announcement again. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that in the bar, the the loading bar down below in the very bottom of the screen, you'll see like little segments. That's because I time stamped everything that we talked about. So there's a timestamp for the intro, timestamp for when we talk about trailers, questions, movie review, so on and so forth. So if you don't care about a certain topic that we talk about, you can kind of skip over to another segment where we kind of change the subject. And that's all I got.
That's all I got. So yeah, once again, thanks again for our friend Alex for hosting this movie night and providing us with a good film. And hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for the support.
And
And
once again, he's Quan.
and I'm not Quan. No, I am. Wait, hold on. He's Gaspar. God damn. We'll we'll see you all next time. We also don't have an outro either. We'll probably have one soon.